We'll be learning verbs and adjectives and also adverbs. So we'll be covering those three topics today. So I'll first of all give an introduction about what verb is. So verb it is a action. So verb it is an action. So the action நீங்க identify பண்றது it is a verb. So an action could be நீங்க செய்யற daily செய்யற ஒரு விஷயமா இருக்கலாம். So going to school, studying, going to work, having your lunch. So all of those activities is an action. So those are all actions. So we'll be looking at some questions first based on verbs. And then we'll move on to adjectives and then look at adverbs. Adverb is adjectives and verbs combined. So we need to first cover verbs and adjective first before moving on to adverbs. So just remember, verbs are action words. Okay, so example dance. Okay. Read. Sleep. Walk. Sing. All of these are examples of actions. So we're going to now look at some questions. Before we move on to looking at some questions, is there anyone in the class that's still not sure about what verb means? Definition to verb. Does anyone need help before we move on to answering some questions? உங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் வேணுமெண்டா அந்த raise your hand icon இருக்குது. If you click on that, I will be able to call your name out and help you out. Okay, let's look at the questions then. So the first one, so here you've been given some questions where you need to fill in the missing gaps. So you need to decide which one of these words are suitable to complete the sentence. The dog, something, the cat up the tree. So is it going to be the dog read the cat up the tree or the dog chased the cat up the tree? Which one makes more sense to complete the sentence? Which word is suitable to complete this sentence? Can I have a student to have a go, please? So raise your hand up if you would like to share your answer with the class. Anika?
The dog chased the cat up a tree.
Very good, well done. So for number one, chased is the right answer. So the dog chased the cat up a tree. So chased is like running after something. It's another word for running after something. So the dog ran after the cat. Did everyone understand the first question? எல்லாருக்கும் முதலாவது கேள்வி விளங்கிச்சுதா? Okay. It will be lovely to see some more students raising their hands up. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. That's the whole point of this lesson, to learn. So just feel free enough to raise your hand up and share your answer. Great. Let's have a go of the second one. the bird something away. So is it going to be the bird flew away or the bird drove away? Which one of these two words is suitable, flew or drove? Aitan?
The bird flew away.
Flew away. Well done. So the second question is the bird flew away. It won't be the bird drove away. Drove is for drive. Okay, so if you say you drove, I drove my mum's car, then that will make sense. Okay, so drove would be like if you're driving a vehicle or a bus, but a bird cannot drive, so it won't be drove for bird. And number 3, Cuba something, a chocolate ice cream. So Cuba wrote a chocolate ice cream or Cuba ate a chocolate ice cream? Which one of these verbs will be suitable to fill in for the sentence? Tillery? You're
Zero. Ate ice cream.
8. Okay, good. Well done. So for number 3, it is Cuba ate a chocolate ice cream. So ate is an action that you have ate something. Wrote will be if you write a letter, or if you're writing in your diary, or if you're writing a story, then you will use the word wrote. But if it's anything to do about eating, then you use the word ate. Let's do number 4. We'll do a few more questions on this one, and then we're going to look into writing our own sentences. So I something a movie. So I listened a movie or I watched a movie. So you need to look at the words carefully. Listened and watched. So do you listen to a movie or do you watch a movie? Maria EC?
I watched a movie.
Good, well done. So it will be, I watched a movie. If it said anything about music, then you use the word listen because you listen to songs, you listen to music. But a movie is to be watched, not to be listened. So it's about, I mean, of course you need to use your hearing, but it will be watched. It wouldn't be listened for a movie. So far, is everyone understanding what is being done? எல்லாருக்கும் விளங்குதா நாங்க என்ன செய்றோம்னு? Any questions? Any doubts? Do any of you have any questions? You all understanding? Maria EC? கேள்வி எதுவும் இருக்குதா? Okay, let's move on then. Let's look at number 5. So Jenny something a book. So she ate a book or she read a book? Which one? So remember last week I told you guys read and read, both same spellings, but உச்சரிப்பு வந்து வேற வேறவா இருக்கும். So read is the past tense and read is the present. So in this case, it's in the past tense. Jenny something a book. So will it be she read a book or she ate a book? At an English club?
Red.
Good, well done. So it will be she read a book. So Jenny read a book. By time you will understand from reading the sentence whether it is read or read. So don't worry for now. It will take some time for you to know the difference between the two words. Let's look at number 6. The fish was something. So the fish was climbing or the fish was swimming. Which word is suitable? Can a fish climb or can a fish swim? The climb would be like if you're climbing up the ladder. Okay, I don't think a fish can climb up a ladder. So which one of these two words is suitable? Climbing or swimming? We have some new hands raising up as well. Seems to be like the same students raising their hands up. Let me call some names out. Changalari. Let's see another class. Malini.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The answer for number 6.
Number 6, passing. Passing. The fish was climbing, swimming.
Okay. Climbing varuma, swimming varuma இந்த சென்டென்ஸுக்கு.
சொல்லுங்க ஏதாவது.
Climbing.
Climbing இந்த மீனிங் தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு?
இல்லை.
Okay, so climbing ண்டா like இப்படி ஏணியில ஏறுறது, that is like climbing. So ஏதாச்சும் ஒன்றில் ஏறி நிக்கிறது வந்துதான் climbing ன்னு சொல்றது. So fish வந்து climb பண்ணாது. Fish வந்து swimming தான் செய்யறது. So the fish was swimming ன்னு தான் வரும் இந்த questionக்கு.
New admission, Miss Siva. சொன்னவா.
Okay, what is your name?
Shalomi.
Shalomi, okay. எத்தனாம் ஆண்டு படிக்கிறீங்க?
A-level செய்றேன்.
Okay, no worries. விளங்கிச்சுதா உங்களுக்கு இந்த question?
ஆமா.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So number 6 is the fish was swimming. Okay. Right. அடுத்த செக்ஷனுக்கு போறதுக்கு முதல் did everyone understand question 1 to 6? So question 1 to 6 விளங்கிச்சுதா எல்லாருக்கும்?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to scroll over to the next section. But now what you guys need to do is to write a sentence using the word ran. So ran in the word பாவிச்சு நீங்க ஒரு sentence எழுதணும். So ran is the past tense of run. இப்போ ஓடுறது இந்த past tense வந்துதான் ran என்று சொல்றது. I think I said it in the wrong way round in Tamil. So run is present, ran is the past tense. So an example, the boy ran in the race. I'll just leave it simple. The boy ran in the race. Okay, so that is a simple sentence using the word ran. So அந்த boy வந்து raceல ஓடினவருண்டு ஒரு sentence எழுதியிருக்கிறேன். So அதே மாதிரி ஒரு similar sentence, can you all come up with a similar sentence using the word ran? So just a simple short sentence, don't need to be too long. A short sentence using the word ran. Can you all have a go? So 1 or 2 sentences. And then I will be writing a few down on the board once you guys have finished. So at least sort of one sentence ஆச்சும் எழுதி வைங்க. If you are struggling, at least try and do one sentence. Have you guys finished? Okay, I will be choosing 4 students to share their sentences, and then we'll move on to looking at adjectives. Maria EC.
A boy is run in the market.
Sorry, திருப்பி ஒருக்கா வாசிங்க.
The boy is run in the market.
Okay, so this is the sentence you gave me. இதுல வந்து a correction needs to be done. The boy ran in the market. Okay, so it wouldn't be is. The boy ran in the market. So is வந்து நீங்க remove பண்ணணும் அந்த sentenceல. உங்க கிளாஸ்ல வேற யாராச்சும் பிள்ளைகள் இருக்கணுமா? One more sentence.
The dog ran fast in last night.
The dog ran fast in last night. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so a correction. The dog ran fast last night. So you don't need the word in that sentence. So the dog ran fast last night. In last night, you know, he's running in the solringa. So it doesn't make sense saying he ran in. So you just need to remove in and say the dog ran fast last night. Well done. Okay. Another class. Can I have Tillery English Club?
The old man ran very slowly.
Old man ran very slowly. Well done. Good sentence. Anika and Aitan.
I ran away.
I ran away. Okay. And Aitan.
I ran into the house.
I ran into the house. Okay, good. Well done. We can do one more. Rev.
The player ran out of the ground.
The player ran out of the ground. Good job. Well done. Okay, the reason why we are using past tense is because we are combining past tense with these verbs. So we'll be looking into past, present, and future tense. All of those covers, we'll be covering those three tenses. Right, so far, are you all happy with the verbs that we've just covered? Okay, so let's move on to 1 second, guys. Okay. So moving on to adjectives. Adjective. So an adjective is a describing word. So when you would like to describe something, so if you're going to describe the dress that you are wearing, or if you're going to compliment a dress that someone is wearing, you would say the dress is beautiful. So the word beautiful is the adjective because you are using that word to describe the dress. So it is a word that gives more detail about the sentence. So giving more descriptive detail. So if you look here, a simple sentence, there was a spider in the bathroom. Now we're going to focus on the spider because that is the noun. So spider is the noun. So for those that are not sure what noun is, it is a person, place, thing, or object. So they've now expanded that sentence by using an adjective. There was a huge, hairy spider in the bathroom. So in the simple sentence one there was a spider in the bathroom. By using an adjective, they have expanded the sentence by saying there was a huge, which means big, hairy spider in the bathroom. So now you have more detail about how big the spider is and how it looks like, because it was really big and hairy. So let's look at another one. Did you all understand the first example? I think some I was taking down notes. I'll give you guys a few more seconds to finish taking notes down. Okay, let's look at another example. So here they're focusing on the word slug. So you need to first identify your noun to understand what they are describing. So sometimes they might be describing the slug, sometimes they might be describing the kitchen because the kitchen is a place in your house. So here they're describing the slug. A slimy, sticky slug was in my kitchen. If you want, you can say was in my beautiful kitchen. So you're using a word to describe the kitchen as well, an adjective to use, an adjective to describe the kitchen. So a slimy, sticky slug was in my beautiful kitchen. Or you can say was in my new kitchen. Okay, so slug. I'm not too sure how to say slug in Tamil. If anyone does know how to say slug in Tamil, please feel free to share it with the others. I'm not too great with translation. So the slug was.
Natte the கோல் இல்லாதது.
Thank you, Auntie. So that is what slug is. A slimy, sticky slug was in my kitchen. So you can change in my kitchen to in my beautiful or new kitchen. Right, before we move on to looking, I think there's, okay, we'll cover looking at the remaining examples, and then we will look at some questions together. Okay, so far, any doubts? Do any of you guys have any questions to ask me? Okay, so you must understand what verb is, and then after covering adjective, we will move on to adverb. So adverb is adjective and verb combined. So you must understand verb and adjective in order to understand what adverb is. Okay, so let's look at another example. I found a ladybird on a leaf. So here there is an action, there is a verb, which is found. There is a noun, which is the ladybird. And the leaf is also a noun. So here they've changed the sentence by saying, I found a tiny ladybird. So the word tiny is used to describe the size of the ladybird. And then big is used to describe the size of the leaf. So I found a tiny ladybird on a big leaf. So always understand to first identify the noun and then understand where they have used the verb to describe the noun. So some sentences may have more than one noun. So you need to first identify the noun to understand which noun they are using, which noun they are describing. I'll give you guys a few seconds to finish taking the notes down. Moving on to the next example. A butterfly flew into my house. So first of all, identify the noun. Get on here. Going to put noun. Okay, so the noun is the butterfly is a noun. Also, house is a noun. Okay. And then the verb that they're using is flew. So the sentence that they created are brown and orange. So two words to describe the butterfly. So they're using brown and orange, which is color-wise. Butterfly flew into my house. So in this sentence, they are not using an adjective to describe the house. They're just using an adjective to describe the butterfly. So a brown and orange butterfly flew into my house. So I have highlighted the difference, the noun and the verb in the sentence, the original sentence given to us at the start. And then you have the expanded sentence below. We have one more sentence to cover, and then we're going to do some questions after that. Okay, let's do the last example. The worm dug through the soil. So where is the noun? The noun is the worm, is the noun. And then your action is, oops, got erased. Okay, so you have worm and dug. So here in the example sentence, they are describing the worm. So the wiggly pink worm dug through the soil. So the two words describing the worm is wiggly and pink to describe the color of the worm. Okay. Any questions so far before we move on to looking at some questions together? Tell me if you have any questions. Are you all understanding? Okay. So question time. Here you have 10 sentences. And for each sentence, there are two options. Two options for each sentence. And you need to choose which of those two words are suitable. So if you're not too sure what the two words are, I will put them in boxes. And you just need to write one of them. So you should all be answering the questions on the board. So இந்த ரெண்டுல ஒரு word தான் நீங்க select பண்ணணும் for each of the questions. I'm going to give you guys another 3 minutes and then we'll go through the answers. Shall we run through the answers? Okay, இன்னும் ஒரு 50 seconds time இருக்குது. And then we'll go through the answers. Time is up. Number 1, question number 1. Malini,
Yes, ma'am.
முதலாவது கேள்விக்கு என்ன ஆன்சர் போட்டுனீங்க?
Green.
Good, well done. And another student for number 2. Come and have a go in my something car. Floppy car or fast car? Tillery?
Floppy.
Floppy? Why do you say floppy?
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, floppy, how can I describe floppy to you? So when you're describing something that is, if something that is floppy, it's like you know
வாத்து நடக்கிற மாதிரி வாத்துகள் நடக்குமில்ல ஃப்ளாப்பியா அதுதான் அரேஞ்சு நடக்கிறது வந்து ஃப்ளாப்பின்னு சொல்றோம்.
Thank you. So that is what விளங்கிச்சுதா உங்களுக்கு?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you're describing a car, it won't be floppy, it will be fast. So it's like a racing car. Racing car is fast, right? Like racing car, sports car, எல்லாம் நல்ல fast ஓடும். So when you're describing a car here in this sentence, come and have a go in my fast car. Is that clear for you? விளங்கிச்சுதா உங்களுக்கு? Okay. Move on
Yes,
to
ma'am.
okay, move on to the third one. My cat's hair is soft or my cat's hair is wooden. So wooden is like madam வந்து really hard. So wooden means it is hard. Harder இருக்குன்னு சொல்லினோம். So my cat's hair is soft or wooden. Which one of these two words is right? LBC?
Soft.
Good, well done. The next sentence, sorry. I looked down the deep, crispy well. So will it be deep or crispy? So well is like, I think it's called kiணறு. So அதை வந்து நீங்க deep ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா crispy ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா? Which one of these two words would you use to describe the well? So is it deep or crispy? So crispy would be something like ஏதாச்சும் நல்ல முறுமுறுண்டு இருக்கிறத வந்து தான் crispy-ன்னு சொல்றது. So which one is it, deep or crispy for number 4? BGC English Club, Muscalia.
Deep.
Good, well done. So number 4 is deep. Number 5, the night sky is so juicy or dark. So which one would you use, juicy or dark, to describe the night sky? Maria EC?
Dark.
Dark. Good. Well done. Number 6, my scissors are happy or sharp. So when you talk about scissors, are you going to say your scissor is happy? Do scissors have emotions? First of all, think about that. It is an object. Objects cannot have emotions. So my scissors are happy or sharp. Which one of these two words? Anika and Aiton?
Sharp.
Good. Anika, if you can do the 7th question.
Loud.
Loud. Well done. So number 6, my scissors are sharp. So நல்ல கூரா இருக்குது. And the music is so loud. Okay, so you won't use the word sleepy. The music is slow. Sleepy doesn't make sense because sleepy is a word when you're saying I'm feeling sleepy. And I could like நித்திர வர மாதிரி இருக்குன்னு சொல்றது. And the music is sleepy doesn't really make sense. So you would say the music is loud. சத்தமா இருக்குது. I made a tasty or sad pie. So pie is like a food. It's a type of food. So when you're describing a food, are you going to describe the food as tasty or sad? So if you don't know what pie is, pie ki pakkathula or arrow curry, just write food. So next time when you see this word, you know what pie is. So pie வந்து நீங்க taste ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா இல்லாட்டி sad ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா? Which one of these two word would you use?
Tasty.
Tasty. Who was that?
Glory.
Glory. Well done. Tasty is the correct answer. Number 9, the sun is sticky or the sun is bright today. So sticky is like ஏதாச்சும் வந்து ஒட்டுற தன்மையா இருக்கிறது வந்து ஸ்டிக்கின்னு சொல்லுவீங்க. So the sun is sticky ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா இல்லாட்டி the sun is bright today ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா? Which one of these two words is suitable? Bright or sticky?
Bright.
Bright. Well done. And the last sentence, I slipped on the cuddly or cold ice. So iceல வந்து slip பண்ணிருக்கிறீங்க. So அதுல வந்து cold ice ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா இல்லாட்டி cuddly ice ன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா? Cuddly or cold? Rev?
Ma'am, cold.
Cold. Well done. Good. Well done to Alicia and Georgia in the chat box. You guys got the answers right. Okay. Right. We've got about 6 minutes of the lesson left. Let me quickly. Okay, I'm going to go through what the homework is, and the next lesson we will continue with adverbs. We'll be looking at adverbs, and then I want to introduce past, present, and future tense to you guys, and punctuations as well, because punctuation is very important for English writing. So punctuations when they're like full stops, full stops என்னன்னு பாவிக்கிறது, என்னத்துக்கு பாவிக்கணும், question marks and exclamation marks. இந்த 3 punctuationsம் next week cover பண்ண போறோம். Punctuationsல நிறைய இருக்குது, but I'm not going to go through all of them at once, otherwise it's going to be too much for you guys. So these are the 3 punctuations that we will be covering next lesson.
Mom, what is the homework?
I'm just going to explain what the homework is now. Okay, let me share what the homework is. So we are in lesson 2. So the homework is, I would like you guys to write, I know here it says correct punctuation, but we haven't covered punctuation yet. So I would say just stick to full stops now. You should all be fine with full stops. So I want you guys to write 10 sentences using adjectives. It says verb, adverbs here, but ignore adverbs and focus on adjectives and verbs. Okay, so I want you guys to write 10 sentences using adjectives and verbs. Okay, so that will be your homework. So we've covered verbs and adjectives this lesson, and next lesson we will be looking at adverbs, past, present, future tense, and also punctuations. Okay. Right. We have come towards the end of the lesson. Any
Excuse me,
questions?
miss.
Yes.
Can you say what's the homework again? I cannot hear.
Okay. The homework is, can you see on the board here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Write 10 sentences using adjectives and verbs and add the correct punctuation. That is your homework. Is that clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Any more questions? So next lesson, before we start the lesson, for the first 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, we'll go through the homework correction. So I will be choosing a few students to share their sentences in class. So make sure you guys all do your homework. Okay. Auntie, would you
This
like
is both for writing and grammar.
And writing and grammar,
The
yes.
10 sentences, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the book, இப்ப இதுல வந்து மிஸ் ஜதுஷா வந்து எங்களுக்கு காட்டி இருக்கிறது வந்து உங்களோட டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ல இருக்குது, ரைட்டிங் கீழே இருக்குது, கிராமரு கீழேயும் அதே இதைத்தான் போட்டிருக்கா. கிராமர்ல வந்து அட்வர்ப்ன்றது ஆட் பண்ணதை எடுத்திருக்கிறா. அட்வர்ப் வந்து அடுத்த முறை படிப்பிக்கிறான்னு சொல்லி. ஸோ தயவு செய்து ஹோம்ஒர்க்கும் செய்ய மறக்க வேண்டாம். மற்றது எங்களோட ரைட்டிங் அண்ட் கிராமர் குரூப்ல, வாட்ஸ்அப் ஹோம்ஒர்க் குரூப்ல நேற்று உங்களுக்கு ஒரு நோட்டிபிகேஷன் வரையில்லை என்றால் தயவு செய்து சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல உங்களோட டெலிபோன் நம்பரும் உங்களோட பாஸ்டர்ன்ற பேரும் கிளப்ன்ற பேரையும் போடுங்க, மறக்காதீங்க. மானிட்டர் அண்ட் கிளப்ன்ற பேர் ஏதோ ஒரு கனெக்ஷன் ஒன்று வேணும். ஸோ தட் நாங்க உங்களை ஆட் பண்றதுக்கு ஹோம்ஒர்க்ல வந்து நீங்க கரெக்ட் பண்ற மானிட்டர்ஸ் பாஸ்டர்ஸ் யாரு கரெக்ட் பண்றீங்களோ ஹோம்ஒர்க்கை, அதுல இருந்து ஒன்று உங்களோட ரேங்கிங்ல டாப் கிரேட் எடுத்த முதல் இதுவும் ஓரளவுக்கு ஏழாமல் கடைசியில இருக்கிற ஒரு பிள்ளைண்ட இதையும் போட சொல்லி, சோ தட் நாங்க என்ன எப்படி எவ்வளவுக்கு விளங்குது உங்களுக்கு டீச்சர் அதை அறிஞ்சு கொள்றதுக்கு அதை வந்து நாங்க குரூப் சாட்ல, பழைய குரூப்ஸுக்கு தெரியும், புது குரூப்ஸ் வந்து நீங்க ரீடிங் அண்ட் ரைட்டிங் இப்போதைக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ண இல்லையன்றபடியா, சாரி ரைட்டிங் அண்ட் கிராமர் ஜாயின் பண்ண இல்லையன்றபடியா ரீடிங்ல நாங்க இதை பற்றி திரும்ப கதைப்போம். பட் இதுல இருக்கிறீங்கன்னால் எந்த ஹோம்ஒர்க்குமே நீங்க வந்து 2 ஹோம்ஒர்க்கை சூஸ் பண்ணி வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல, ஹோம்ஒர்க் வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப் இருக்கு, டீச்சர்ஸோட உங்களோட கிளப்ஸை ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். அதுல நீங்க 2 ஹோம்ஒர்க்கை போஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். கணக்க போஸ்ட் பண்ணா கஷ்டம், 2 ஹோம்ஒர்க் மாத்திரம் போஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். அது வந்து ரொட்டேஷன்ல எல்லா பிள்ளைகள்டையும் வரணும் ஒரு நேரத்துல. ரெண்டுபடியா 2 பிள்ளைகள்ட, ஒன்று நல்லா செய்யற பிள்ளை என்ன, ஒன்று அவன் கஷ்டப்படுற பிள்ளை என்ன, சோ தட் நாங்க எப்படி நாங்க பிள்ளைகளுக்கு அதை சரியா சொல்லி கொடுக்கலாம்ன்றதை பற்றி நாங்க கதைக்கிறோம். ஸோ தேங்க்யூ மிஸ் ஜதுஷா.